We've got about 6 days before housesit begins, which is pretty close to Tauranga. So we've decided to head down from Auckland and go to the Coromandel Peninsula, which is that peninsula jutting up above Tauranga. And we're just going to head to a place called Hahei, which is nearest large settlement is Whitianga. Not that easy to get to Whitianga. You've got to sort of head all the way around that bay, but we're not even going to bother. We've just stocked up with food for the 5 or 6 days. I doubt that there's much in the way of shops at Hahei. We're just looking forward to seeing what the beach is like and maybe having a walk.
Well, it's a beautiful spring day, mid-October. We're by the beach at a place called Hahei on the Coromandel Peninsula. Today, we're going to walk along the beach for a bit, and then we're going to climb over the headland and drop down into the next bay, where there's a very well-known place in New Zealand called Cathedral Cove. And it's supposed to be spectacular, so we shall see. As you can see, Vassie's already waiting for me, and you're gonna get a glimpse very shortly of this beautiful bay and beach. Look at how churned up the sea is out there with all the frothy patches. So we've got about 1 kilometre to walk along this beautiful beach. It was pretty busy yesterday, which was a Saturday, but everybody's disappeared from the campsite today, Sunday, so you can see the beach is pretty deserted. The sea's still quite cold. If the truth be known, there have been some very tough little kids frolicking in the waves over the weekend, but you wouldn't get me in at this time of year, that's for sure, even though it does look enticing. And right at the end of the beach, that's the headland that we're gonna work our way over and drop down onto the other side. We're actually heading in the direction of Whitianga, which is one of the biggest towns on the peninsula. I did a bike ride yesterday, which I think was about 15 kilometres to get to the little passenger ferry that runs across the estuary to get to Whitianga. So we're probably not even going to get to see that on our walk today, but yeah, that's generally the direction that we're heading in. So talking of hardy little kids in the sea, there we are. And then there's a group here that I think they're going out for maybe their first kayak paddle, because they were getting our lesson a few minutes ago as we were approaching them in terms of how to paddle. So maybe we should delay and watch them try and launch themselves through these little waves and see whether or not we get any capsizes. They made it. That's where we're going. The start of the climb. Nice view back along the beach we've just come down. Look at that, stunning, eh? We are very lucky to be able to come to places like this. and not have to socially distance like the rest of the world. I think Cathedral Cove itself is actually beyond this little chalky limestoney headland that you can see sticking out. It's probably on the next bay. You can see all the manuka trees in flower with lots of bees buzzing around. So here we got a tree that's wrapped itself around a boulder, and luckily for the tree, when they've built this path, they've left the tree where it is.
The other ones that we were up for, they were really nice names.
Yeah.
Like one step, you have the short.
So I think we're heading down to the cove now. Final stretch of steps, which I'm sure I'll be breathing a lot heavier on the way back. Okay, well, this is a beautiful little beach, cove, and then to my left is, I guess, why they call it Cathedral Cove. You might get wet feet here. I think the tide's coming in now. We might get wet feet. Yeah, this is pretty stunning. This is pretty stunning. It looks like the cliffs here are a really soft material. I bet there's quite a lot of erosion that goes on here. You can see it with this rock, how it's been eaten away. It's probably going to topple over at some point. Okay, time to head back up the steps. So we're coming to the end of the walk. We're just about to start sort of dropping back down to the beach that we're camped at. But I'm just looking at the new growth on this flax. And it's just a beautiful colour, particularly against the background of the blue sea. Beautiful. And having just looked at the flax, we're now looking at one of the ferns, and we've got the new growth there in the fern. It's just made me think about the symbols that are used for New Zealand. There's actually quite a few. So there's the obvious one, which is the kiwi, and then there's the silver fern itself. Now these aren't silver fern because the underside of the silver fern is silver, which I know it's difficult to see with the sunlight. Oh, actually, it is. There you go. So, there's the green top side. There's the silver side. So that's the second silver fern. That's, you know, a commonly used symbol for New Zealand. And then the other one is what they call the koru, which is this curled sort of frond of new growth. Air New Zealand use it in a stylized form on the tail of their planes. And it's, you know, it's used quite a lot on lots of artwork. So there you go. There's your nature lesson for today. Not too far to go now. A lovely walk. Average speed 4.4 kilometers per hour. Average heart rate 115. Maximum 156. Elevation gain 138 meters. And 334 calories burned. So let's double that. 660 calories in total. Oh, I think I've earned a vodka and tonic tonight. And finally, in terms of the stats, I've exceeded my goal for intensity minutes in the week, which is 150. I've done 250 minutes of intense exercise, and today I've climbed 86 floors today, which is impressive. And as a result, my body battery is down to 38%. So hopefully that vodka and tonic will recharge the battery a bit. Well, that brings to the end the video of our stay in Hahei, which we really enjoyed. It's a lovely place. The beach is gorgeous. Just make sure when you go there that you take plenty of provisions with you, because there's not much in the way of shops. But it's a great place to go for 5 or 6 days, and we'll definitely be back there.